from the beginning of the I believe the paper comes from upgrade.
Thing that is done in the background investigation. And talking to part of it, that's the screening portion of it, but the other portion of it is that what clearly set and it has to be clearly adhered to. What is conduct that is acceptable, enforcing that. That meets peers, police, and community coalition. It's actually been and that coalition was meant and formed so that we can have trust between the police and community. And he was the first, after 94 years since the Tulsa racial act, he was the first police officer, chief of police, that actually stood up last year here in the area just behind us and actually wrote a letter apologizing for the police officers during the Tulsa race. He was the first one ever in history to do that. That's part of the reason why we have the trust of the community, because of the type of police officer we have under Chief Jordan. The first one ever to do it. And I think that should be acknowledged. My question would be for Officer Gates. As a black, go to YouTube, you can go to the internet, and you can see where non-black citizens have issues with police, with guns, sometimes with guns pulled, cursing, belligerent, and so many instances where they're talked down, where they're given opportunity. The question is, what is it in I guess you'll be representing the police officers of the nation. What is it in the police, and not all of them, but what is it that causes some officers to immediately go to number 10 and extreme use of force when they are faced with black citizens?
But I would not recognize Captain Walter Busby up here. What a great asset for us and for you. I've seen the same video, sir, and I look at it and wonder to myself, what's going on there? Ultimately, I don't always know what's going on there. We don't see all the video, we see portions of the video. We aren't superheroes. You know, I think but I do think that we owe it to our citizens to do everything we can before we have to use that force. And at the end of the day, behavior dictates force. 2 days ago, and saw 3 young kids, I call them young kids, police officers, a lot of young devastated by having to do that. They're just altered forever. Now, thank the Lord that the vast majority of them can overcome that and continue to serve their a lot, and it's a tragedy all the way around. And I think we have to do everything that we can to continue to train our officers to de-escalate. And also, from a community, cannot expect them to be Superman, right? Because it's not an easy question. I do completely understand what you're saying, and I think we need to continue to discuss how we can make that happen. With all due respect, they're asking me, did he answer the question? Maybe I'll press one more time. What, as a policeman with so many years, what do you think causes some officers to be so when it's a black where it's just, you said, the behavior of the citizens, where we can see belligerent, cursing, even pulling guns when it's a white citizen, but they are not immediately taken out by use of force. I think that's what we're trying to do. Why is there such a huge difference? It's very different. Videos you're talking about, things you're seeing. I will say that we see force used. Unfortunately, when I see a lot of these videos, it's from what you know, sir, that we do use that. That's not anything that's a secret. That's been a number of reasons for that. Could there be some implicit bias around this country? Of course. Could we be
This guy just doesn't get it. And says inflammatory statements, wrote inflammatory blog. Listen to the audience.
Let us finish. This is not. I don't think there's one single answer, sir. I would love, if I had the answer, man, I probably.
He knows the answer.
Right? But we all want to solve this, and just because I can't give you the specific answer doesn't mean that we're not going to work towards solving it. Can I do that? Okay.
Sorry, I just want to say, on behalf of the getting to a point where police officers can acknowledge, and that's what he did. We acknowledge that there is an issue, and that begins the conversation for more. So I applaud you for saying, yes, there are incidents where that happens.
There's no question about it. Until we recruit from the robot world, right, we're going to be human, we're going to make when it's in law enforcement, it's a serious
Last question, we're going to be back to our Congress.
Williams, but I discretion. I was young. Refusing to give the officer your information. Problems exist everywhere, and I know that you have to ask that question. Why are you not giving it? And you're exactly right. You're exactly right. You're exactly right. An officer stops you improperly, and you're not going to solve that issue right then and there.
I think
Yeah. I'm not saying that you have not been stopped. Can I have your supervisor here? And communication is a very easy word to say. We say it all the time. It seems great communication here tonight, but you've seen a breakdown in there, right? Tonight. So it's
Is it possible to change departmental policy?
having to go through the rigmarole of begging and pleading. Can I get your, is that something that we can talk about instituting? So in that way, we don't have to worry about the emotions getting involved. It's policy that you have to immediately, my name and number, you have to give me your name. I'm a civilian, I don't know. Is that a simple thing that we can institute here in Tulsa County?
yeah, I'll see. Excuse me, Mark. Thank you.
Like, is department